Hey boys and girls, welcome back to our rotations lesson on 90 degrees rotations clockwise and counterclockwise around the origin. Okay, here's part 2 coming at you. So we're going to do this one, number 1, next. Line PQ is our line segment because it stops at P and Q. Line segment PQ with endpoints P, -1, -2, and Q, 1, 3 are rotated. It says 9 degrees up here, clockwise about the origin. Okay. So copy this picture down, pause the video. Here's what I got so far. Just copied it down. So first thing you got to do is you got to graph what's going on. All right, start with the pre-image. So P is -1, 2. Bam. And Q is 1, 3. Sorry, -1, -2. I messed that up. My bad. So I got pencil. So -1, -2 down here. P is -1, -2. Bam. And then Q is 1, 1, 2, 3. That looks like the picture, don't it? There you go. So there's your line segment. So I knew something was wrong when it was up there. Okay. Now we have rotated 9 degrees clockwise about the origin. Okay. So we know that 90 degrees about the origin, that is a quarter circle. We know that clockwise, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 o'clock rock. Counterclockwise is against the number, so going backwards in time, for example, that's to the left. About the origin. Okay, so we got that. Now, if we look at what we're doing, I'm just going to write these down first. And then I'm going to go by the rules we went over last video. Because I got my notes. Ain't it cool to have your notes? Check it out. So let's review. When rotating 9 degrees clockwise or counterclockwise about the origin, you flip the coordinates, x and y switch, and you determine which quadrant the image lies to determine positives and negatives. Okay. Now, reviewed my notes. Got a lot of them. So let's look at one at a time. So these are not all in the same quadrant to start, like the triangle wasn't in the first example in the first video. So what are you going to do? Let's start with P. So if we're going counterclockwise, I always go back to this. You're going to the left, so you're rotating this way. And so 9 degrees is a quarter circle, which means we're going to go to this quadrant here, which is quadrant 4. And I know in this quadrant I have positive x, negative y. So just this point, P prime is going here. So that means that I flip the coordinates like that. Now, step 2, remember, is determine what the coordinates of this quadrant that ends up in, the image is in. So in this quadrant, I have positive x and negative y. So that would mean that this is positive x, negative y. So P prime is at positive 2, negative 1. Positive 2, negative 1. Bam. Here is P prime. Okay, Q. Where is that going to go? You're still going this way. What quadrant is this point going to end up in? Yeah, over here. Okay, so I have to take it one step at a time. So now I'm going here. So Q prime, if I'm going to quadrant 2, what are the coordinates? Go. Okay, so you flip the x and the y, and in this quadrant, quadrant 2, you have negative x, positive y. Look back in your notes if you didn't get it, or just look at the coordinate plane. So you have negative x, positive y. So it's negative 3, 1 is Q prime. Negative 3, 1, 2, 3, 1 right there. And you have Q prime. Negative 3, positive 1. And connect the dots. So this is your image right here. Got it. So it looks like this was rotated whoop, like that. So you took it here and you went whoop. So here is your image. Cool. All right, let's do another. Switch it up a little bit. So PQR, copy this down, with vertices P, -2, -3, Q, 2, -1, and R, 3, 2. We're going to rotate it clockwise about the origin. Sorry, 90 degrees. Forgot that. 90 degrees clockwise about the origin. Pause the video, copy that down. Okay, first thing, we just draw the pre-image on our graph paper. P is -2, -3, 1, 2, 3. And we have Q is 2, -1. And we have R, which is 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. So here's another situation where I have my triangle here, and each of the points is in different quadrants. So that means that they're all going to go to different quadrants. Don't worry, we can do it. So I'm going clockwise now. Let's look at our clock. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm going to the right. So with the numbers is clockwise, going to the right. So going to the right. So I'm going this way. So this one is going to go whoop. So to the right. Keep going to the right. So you're going to your right. So P is -2, -3. So P prime is going to go this way. So we're all going to go this way with our numbers. So it's going to end up in this quadrant. If I'm going 9 degrees, I'm going a quarter of a circle. And a quarter of a circle, if I'm going all the way around, is going to end up in this quadrant. Essentially just moving the quadrants. So I'm going to flip right here, the X and the Y. And then I'm going to look and see where it ends up. It ends up in this quadrant here, which is quadrant 2, which is -X, +Y. Whoop. So P prime is -3, 2. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. P prime, -3, 2. Got it. Okay, now it's your turn. Q is 2, -1. Q prime. Remember, you're going clockwise, so it looks like you're going to this quadrant. What are the new coordinates? Go. All right, let's see. So clockwise, you flip the coordinates, bam. And then you look in the quadrant and you look at, if this Q is going 9 degrees clockwise, it's moving to this quadrant, so that's -X, -Y. -1, -2 is Q prime. So -1, -2, Q prime. Got it. Okay, next we have R. Don't forget that. 3, 2. R prime is, and I'll always draw this right here because I can't really do it in my head like it was. I always draw a little chart over here off to the side, and that helps me. All right, R, you're going clockwise. We're going to this quadrant, quadrant 4. Tell me what the coordinates are for R prime. Go. Whoop. Flip the coordinates. And quadrant 4 is +X, -Y, 2, -3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. R prime is 2, -3. Bam. So R prime, Q prime. Notice how it's, ooh, cool. So notice how it is congruent. That's how I know I have it right. And it was rotated 9 degrees clockwise about the origin. Got it. All right, now you're going to do one all on your own. Check it out. Bam, here you go. Write this down, pause the video when you need. Triangle DEF with vertices D is -4, 3, E is 1, 2, and F is -3, -3. Rotate it 90 degrees clockwise about the origin. It's important to say about the origin because pretty soon it's going to say about another point. So you got to make sure you have it. Okay, do the whole thing. Ready, set, go. Let's try it. D is -4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Here's D, -4, 3. F is -3, -3. And E is 1, 2. So that should have been the first thing you did. Here is your pre-image. Got it. All right, so now we're going 9 degrees clockwise, which means we're moving this way with the numbers. So if I'm doing D, start with D, D is going this way, you're rotating this way. So that means D 90 degrees is going to go here to quadrant 1. So if D is -4, 3, D prime is going to be, flip the coordinates, and we're in quadrant 1, so that's positive and positive. So D prime is 3, 4. Hopefully you got that. All right, let's try E prime. E is 1, 2. E prime. flip the coordinates and you're going to quadrant 4, which is positive x, negative y. Cool. F, almost done. Negative 3, negative 3. F prime. You're moving this way to this quadrant, quadrant 2. So that means that I flip the coordinates, which you don't really flip. It's the same thing. And you're in quadrant 2, so that's negative x, positive y. Bam. So here are all my primes. Graph it. So I have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. D prime, which is 3, 4. E prime, which is 2, negative 1. Bam. If you didn't get it, you're copying it down with me. If you rewatch the video, rewatch the video. And F prime is negative 3, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. F prime, negative 3, 3. Connect the dots. La, 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 la. You should have a congruent shape, which I do, which is rotated 90 degrees, a quarter turn clockwise. There you go. Nice job, everybody. Keep it up.